Hello, welcome to Some Notes on Style. I'm your host, Joseph. This is part 3 of nautical fashion. This week we're going to be taking a look at actual outfits. So before we get started, I'd like to have a little moment to talk about thematic dressing. Thematic dressing is a way of incorporating a mood or a style into your own outfit or into a look that obviously has strong inspirations, but the real test as to whether or not thematic dressing is working or is successful, to my mind, is if you incorporate these themes or these inspirations in a way that is reflective of your personal style. Must always remember that when we look at tear sheets, these are either historical examples of what people were wearing, and half of those things were actually tear sheets from retailers and clothing companies that would take that as inspiration and then put together looks and outfits to reinterpret that style. We must always remember that any tear sheet or any image that we're using for inspiration also has a context from which that image was created, and so on and so on and so on. So when we put together these mood boards or these inspirations as a theme or a style, it's always an interpretation of a copy, of a remix of an interpretation, and then that's how the theme of, in this case, nautical style kind of formulates, because it's taking these languages and mix-matching them together so that now here we are 100 years later, and when we say the word nautical, these types of images are popping up in our head. So all that being said, when we look at how we want to interpret nautical style for ourselves and how we want to dress every day, how do you as a person or as a designer or as a stylist take these inspirations in? What is your output? So remember that if you're just a casual observer of the style and you're going to be pulling things from your closet or going out to the store, you might just buy one or two things at most, or you might pull one or two things from your closet at most that speak to this kind of style. And frankly, that would ultimately be the best possible way of interpreting nautical style, because no one wants to go out there dressed like a sailor. Best way to take these different themes of inspiration is to pull and mix and match from each one of these styles. Here is a look at things that are available in the market as of right now. Let's take a look, and here we go. So here we can see an assortment of French workwear jackets worn over a t-shirt or a button-down shirt. Instantly add that nautical flair. Here we're taking a look at some workwear-inspired jackets with kind of a nautical twist. Next up, we got a handful of pieces from the OG of nautical style, Mr. Ralph Lauren himself. Sweaters. This is a little silly for spring and summer, but again, some of the tricks are stick to cotton sweaters, because depending on your climate where you live, cotton sweater can still be worn nearly year-round. Alright, next we've got probably a little more practical interpretation of knitwear for spring and summer months. What's more nautical than striped shirts? What do you gotta know? Flannels and plaids. This is a bit contradictory, because if you live in a climate, or maybe you're by the seaside, I guess maybe it would be breezy enough to justify wearing a flannel. The look of flannels, the checks and the plaids, really add a lot of depth into a lot of nautical looks. Really want to be conscious of materials here. Then we've got some denim and chambray shirts. Denim and chambray, workwear classic, so very nautical in and of itself. Okay, next up, some t-shirts and bretons. At this point, you guys must be sick of me talking about breton stripes, but again, one of the most nautical things you can wear in an outfit, so a little bit goes a long way. Okay, chinos and pants down below. They look like your favorite pair of jeans. They've got all the right distressing, all the right points of wear. We've got some white denims. Don't think about it too much, just wear it with everything else. On the right hand side, we've got some pants. Threw in a couple of shorts real quick. And of course, we got to top it off with some shoes. This is a very narrow selection of shoes. Obviously, shoes are a very personal choice. Bonus points. Hello, mateys. Hey, if you want to dress like a fisherman, this is probably the safest way to do it. Grounding the look on a navy on navy base helps to accent the pop of a bold yellow rain slicker, one of the more cliched nautical pieces, helping to play out the bold blue and white striped shirt as a mid-tone between the complementary blue and yellow pairings. Here we've got a bit of a Nantucket grandpa kind of vibe. The washed out blue chinos are paired with a very high-end Japanese indigo shirt and framed out by an LL Bean classic cable cardigan. Clean this look up with the Murray Toggery Nantucket red ball cap and some Sperry CVOs in a stark white. You can't get more classic than an awning striped shirt under French canvas chore coat over some white jeans. Keep your jeans clean by tucking them into some canary yellow hunter boots for wading in the bay. For a day on the beach, pair Villariquin's smock shirt with some corduroy short shorts. This kind of look might appear basic, but the details make it distinct. Also, I have no legs. Heading out east for a lobster roll? Throw on J.Crew's easy 4-pocket chambray shirt over a linen plaid shirt from Drake's tucked into your white jeans and some Allen Edmonds sneakers. The minimal fisherman, wear your cotton striped boat shirt with navy chinos and some CVOs to go look at some paintings of some sailboats. And this might not be much to look at, but it's probably the most expensive on the list. Indigo brand 45 RPM makes some of the most authentic indigo dipped pieces. Here we pair an indigo t-shirt with their indigo linen pants and some white CVOs that probably will not survive if you get caught in a summer shower with this much indigo up top. The rugged utility of this indigo jacket from Japanese brand Kapital contrasts sharply with the worn-in beat-up chinos from Ralph Lauren. Throw on some comfy sabagos and a soft suede, and announce your fisherman status with a slick rain hat. And a beat-up old deckhands jacket gives a little depth to a striped Oxford and some blue chinos to pair up and down the dressy casual spectrum. On Sunday brunch and go a little easy, throw your plaid on over your stripes and some white jeans. French workwear meets American patchwork. These jeans are still good. The low-key deckhand. Wear your indigo sweatshirt under heavy-duty Sateen Devil RL deck jacket, on top of some herringbone work pants. If you gotta scrape your barnacles, why not do it in style? Go grab a beer with an LL Bean chamois shirt layered over some stripes tucked into your white chinos, pattern mashing at its finest in stripes and plaids. And yes, this is a Prada windbreaker, probably more suited for a yacht than a sailboat. Although, have you seen Prada's competition sailboats? Speaking of what to wear on the deck of your yacht, here's a misty morning blue look. With Ralph Lauren windbreaker over some canvas Nantucket shorts, why not top it off with $1,500 on your feet? Also, I have no legs. Finer gauze stripe tucked into your white chinos under a deckhand jacket. What do you gotta know? For a chilly evening, throw on your Guernsey with your chinos and add a little bandana for flair. When you're docking on the Italian coast and you need something that won't weigh down on your sunburn, pair these trousers with breezy linen and a striped shirt from Drake's. Loro Piana's on feet. Make sure they know you mean business. Pool party! Toss on your lightweight sweater polo with some shorts and don't forget the sunblock! If you're rocking the tan, pull out your whites and throw on a bold striped shirt for a little pizzazz. Okay, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hope you all enjoyed these outfits and some of these brands that I've brought you. Hope you're enjoying the nautical theme. That's going to wrap us up for this summer. I'm sure we'll be back again next week with something interesting. If you're enjoying the channel is Some Notes on Style. Please do give us a follow and a thumbs up. I'm your host, Joseph. See you next time, guys. Bye.